Hi students, the last video we covered the derivation related to the energy of an electron which is revolving around the nucleus in nth orbit. Okay, that equation we derived, and the value of energy of an electron, it is the sum of both potential energy, kinetic energy, and we calculated both the potential energy, kinetic energy, and we add them and we got the total energy. That equation is given in terms of electron volts, and the final equation we got as here minus 13.6 into z square by n square in electron volts. So that value is the equation for energy, and the ratio of the energy is also we seen. Potential energy, kinetic energy, and total energy, they are in the ratio of minus 2 is to 1 is to minus 1, right? And that is we observed and we discussed. And in last two videos we covered the different equations for radius, velocity, time period, energies, how they are related with respect to the principal quantum number, that is n value, which orbit that electron is revolving, and what is the atomic number. Accordingly we can be observed that equations as what we have here. The radius of electron is revolving in any orbit, that is how it is related to n and z. So that we can be observed here, the equation we can have. So Rn is proportional to n square by z, Vn is proportional to z by n, and time period of electron in nth orbit is proportional to n cube by z square, and En, energy of electron in any orbit, nth orbit, is proportional to z square by n square. And by combining these two, you can get the momentum, how it is related to the principal quantum number n. As already we discussed in postulates, Bohr's postulates, that is the angular momentum is integral multiple of h by 2 pi. So ln is proportional to n. That we can be get by multiplying these two. That is the formula for this angular momentum is mvr. So mass into velocity into radius. So your velocity, radius we have, when you multiply these two, you can get how that angular momentum of electron is depends with respect to principal quantum number. So that is given by, this is what you can be observed. It is a directly proportional, that we can be get by using its postulate itself, right? So these are observations. And next, if you see the ratio of the potential energy, kinetic energy, total energy of an electron in any orbit, they are in the ratio of, you can be observed these minus 2 is to 1 is to minus 1. And if you draw the graph for this variation of energy with respect to distance or with respect to the radius, there you can be observed here this graph, it is inversely proportional. Energy is you can be observed to be having, it is n square, inversely proportional to n square is there. Here this r value is increases. If you are observed the value of energy in terms of r, all r you can be observed to be having inversely proportional to distance. That is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, you can be observed q1 q2 by r. So that where you can be observed inversely proportional. So here the potential energy is you can be observed it is a double as that of total energy. So the distance where it will be having here to here, this is the potential energy, this is the kinetic energy. When you add these two, you are getting this one. So in this way we can represent the graph the variation of energies of that electron in that particular orbit with respect to distance, that we can be observed here. This is the kinetic energy, this is the potential energy. When you add potential energy, kinetic energy, you are getting the total energy. This is the curve, you can be get the total energy, potential energy, and kinetic energy. So this part we discussed related to these equations. We seen radius, velocity, time period, energy, and their ratios and graph. Okay, this part what we covered. Now we can see the light spectrum emitted during the transition of electron higher energy to lower energy. When the electron made a transition from higher energy to lower energy, how much the energy difference between the two states, where to where that electron made transition. So that energy is radiated in the form of energy. So that energy equation, how much it is radiated or how much it is absorbed to make that electron to be shifted to the higher energy states, that is excited states. So what is the equation for wavelength of emitted radiation or absorbed radiation, that we can be calculated, right? We can be observed now, that is the emission of line spectrum during the radiation emitted by the transition of electron from higher energy to lower energy. So that we can be seen now, that is emission of line spectrum, emission of line spectrum. Okay, that we will see now. So in this, now you can write here, it is emission of light spectrum. So here, when that electron is make the transition from higher energy to lower energy, there we can be observed to be having, already we have this energy level diagram. If you see, so before this emission of line spectrum, so you'll see this energy level diagram for the hydrogen or hydrogen like atoms. So that we can be see here, it is energy level diagram. So now you can write here, it is when you start from n is equal to 1, there you can be having the energy which is given by minus 13.6. It is for any atom, hydrogen like atom, when you observe, there you can be having here Z square into electron volts. It is in electron volts. So next you can be observed here, it is n is equal to 2, you can get this. N is equal to 3, you can get one more. And n is equal to 4, we can be observed here, it is. N is equal to 5, we can get one more. So n is equal to 6. So when it is goes on upward or increasing the n value, they will be very close. The difference between the energy levels of any two orbits will be decreases when we are moving, n value is increases. So that you can be observed. Because of that these separations are going on, decreases, and they will become closer at the end. The last one you can be observed here, that energy will be, it is we can be calculate for nth, that n will be become as infinity. There you can be observed. So here the first, that means the energy possessed by hydrogen like atoms in the ground state is given by, this is the value. And in the next one it is there, then it will be this 3.4 into Z square electron volts. Next one, minus 1.51 Z square electron volts. And next one you can be observed, it is minus 0.85 Z square electron volt. Next one is minus this 0.544 Z square into electron volts. So it will be goes on like this, you can be calculated. At the end it will become, it is 0. So that is, you can be observed to be having like this the values of the energy of electron in the different states. This is the ground state, this is the first excited state, second excited state, or higher energy levels that you can be observed here. So how you will get this one? Just by using the formula what we have, that energy equation En is equal to minus 13.6 Z square upon n square, it is in electron volts. Just by varying this one, n value, put n value here 1, then you are getting this value. If you are putting the n value 2 here, 2 square 4, so this value divided, it will be, you can be having 3.4, that is you can be get. Like that, by using this equation, the energy of electron in the respective energy levels can be determined by using this equation by substituting the n value. If it is for hydrogen atom itself, therefore there you can be observed, this Z value will become 1. So you will be having here 13.6 electron volts, 3.4 electron volts, minus 1.151 electron volts, here minus 0.85 electron volts, here we have minus 0.54 electron volts. That is for hydrogen atom itself. So therefore for hydrogen atom in the ground state, it has, what is the energy? It will be having minus 13.6 electron volts of energy is possessed by the electron in its ground state. So therefore, to remove that electron from the ground state in that hydrogen atom, how much energy required? That energy is nothing but 13.6 electron volts you have to provide for that electron to come out of that hydrogen atom, right? So that energy is called as the ionization energy. So now you can write here, it is ionization energy, okay, which is nothing but energy required to remove an electron from its ground state. Its ground state is called ionization energy. So the ionization energy for hydrogen atom is 13.6 electron volts. So here ionization energy for hydrogen atom is given by how much it is? 13.6 electron volts. So what is the ionization energy for, let it be, is any element? If you taken the Z values varies, then this value also varies. Suppose it can be observed it is a helium. What is the ionization energy of helium? Helium is atomic number, that is Z is 2. 2 means here you can make it is a 2 square 4. So make it a 13.6 into 4. So that you calculate that much amount of the energy if you are given for that helium atom, then electron can be come out of that atom from its ground state. Okay, that is the ionization energy, right? So like this you can be calculated. Okay. Similarly, ionization potential. So here ionization potential, it is nothing but the amount of work done by applying the external potential to make the removal or that work done is providing by the battery. That means this much amount of the work done is done by the battery on that electron, then only that electron can be come out of the that particular nucleus or particular that atom. So ionization potential of hydrogen, it is work done is equal to how much it is there? 13.6 electron volt. So this work done can be written as charge into potential is equal to this 13.6 electron volts. So your electron is cancelled. So you can be having how many volts? Here you can be having V is equal to 13.6 volt. So the ionization potential for hydrogen is given by how much it is? 13.6 volts. So like this you can be calculated what is the ionization potential or what is ionization energy for any element we can be determined, right? So this part you can be having. So till now whatever we have the energy calculations are there. Now we can be go for the determination or calculation of emission of line spectrum during the transition of electrons in this particular topic, right? Now we can be see this emission of radiation or emission of line spectrum during the transition of electrons from higher energy to lower energy. Okay, what is that equation or wavelengths it can be emitted? That wavelengths are comes under which type of electromagnetic region? So that part we can be see now. So now you can write here emission of line spectrum, emission of line spectrum or emission of radiation, whatever you can call line spectrum. So let it be if you are having an electron is moving from higher energy to lower energy. So let it be it is moving from, if an electron jumps from E2 to E1. That means it is moving from where to where? The energy level of E2 to the energy level E1. Where you can be observed to be having E1, then we can be observed the radiation emitted, that is energy emitted. E is equal to, you can write it is a delta E, which is given by E is nothing but you can write it is H nu is equal to delta E. Delta E is nothing but you can write it is E2 minus E1. But these energies you can have already equation we discussed. So substitute that this one I can write it C by lambda. So which is given by here E2. E2 is nothing but it is minus of 13.6 electron volts, 13.6 upon N2 square minus 13.6 by N1 square. So it is total in electron volts. So now make it this one further Sc by lambda, which is equal to, just rearrange this minus into minus plus, right? And 13.6 it will be common. So I am writing this plus term is first, that is 13.6 into, you can write here, and formula one more is there in this, you have it is Z square electron volt. So 13.6 into Z square, and the remaining value is 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. It is in electron volts. So this is the equation what you can be observed here. And now you can be put this value also here, Hc this side. Then what you can get here? So here you can be observed to be having here 1 upon lambda. You can calculate it, this frequency also calculate, or else you can calculate the wavelength also. So 1 by lambda is equal to, I can put this one is 13.6 into Z square upon Hc, and I'll convert these electron volts into joules. Then you can get this wavelength in meters, right? So I can put this one is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule. 1 electron volt is equal to, and remaining value is 1 by N1 square minus 1 upon N2 square. Now it is in meter inverse because 1 by lambda. So I can write it is meter inverse. Now here in this, if you see, H is constant, C is constant, Planck's constant, 6.6 into 10 power minus 34. C is the velocity of light in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 power 8. So when you return these constants and these values simplified, then you can get here it is that value will be come as here. These constant values, whatever you can be observed to be multiplied, you can be get this value is R Z square into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. It is meter inverse. Where this R is this constant value, once simplified, whatever you are getting, that value is represented as R, which is nothing but it is a Rydberg constant, where R is equal to 1.097 into 10 power 7. It is a Rydberg constant. Rydberg constant. So this is the equation which is used to determine the wavelength which is emitted during this electron made transition from one energy state to another energy state. And this 1 by lambda, which is named as a wave number, which is represented as nu bar. This nu bar is equal to, it is a R Z square 1 upon N1 square minus 1 upon N2 square. It is, you can write, meter inverse. This is a equation for the determination of wavelength in terms of this Rydberg constant. And when you know only this N1, N2, that means which orbit to which orbit, that N values, if you know where to where that electron made transition is taking place. So accordingly, we can get how much amount of the wavelength is emitted during that transition can be determined. So that is here where what is this nu bar? This nu bar is, it is called as or it is equal to 1 by lambda, which is named as or called as wave number. Reciprocal of wavelength is called as wave number, which is given by this is the equation, right? So from this equation you can determine, you can calculate what is the wavelength emitted during the transition of electrons from higher energy to lower energy or one energy state to another energy state. It can be calculated, right? So this equation is important. And if you observe here it is this equation or this observation, if you see here it is the frequency H is nu is there, right? Hc by lambda is there, or you can be see this Hc is there, here also you can Hc by lambda is there, and we want to find out the frequency. Here you see this is the wave 1 by wavelength we have. We want to get frequency. Frequency is velocity by wavelength. That means here if you written the c by lambda, here you can write it is c, right? Then you multiply both sides by the c, then what you can get here, c by lambda rc z square. So c by lambda is nothing but what? Velocity by wavelength is frequency. So frequency also you can be determined. So that is, I can write here, this one can be represented as here, and you can also write c upon lambda is equal to rc z square into 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. It is a hertz, because c by lambda is nothing but it is the frequency. So now you can write it is a frequency of the radiation which is emitted is equal to RC Z square into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. It is in H. So this is the equation to determine the frequency of radiation emitted during the transition of electrons, right? So this is the equation. This equation, it will be important. Just here nu, here also nu, but here nu bar. Nu bar is wave number, that is reciprocal of wavelength, right? So this observation you have to remember. So based on this N1, N2 values, you can be observed to be having what is the wavelengths can be emitted during this transition of electrons, so that we can be studied in a spectral series. That is, we have the hydrogen spectral series. We can be study that where you can be take this Z value is 1. When you put here Z value is 1, depends upon the N1, N2 values. The wavelength which is emitted during the transition of electron in the different energy states that we can be studies, that is called as the spectral series. For hydrogen we can study, correct? By using this equation we can be determine the wavelength. Or you want to find out the frequency, wavelength once you know, you can be find out the frequency also, right? Frequency is C by lambda, that you can be calculated, right? So that is what you can be observed. Okay, now we can be go for this hydrogen spectral series. Hydrogen spectral series, use this equation. Based on that we can be calculate what is the wavelength emitted during the transition of electron from higher energy to lower energy. Okay, that we can be studied in spectral series for hydrogen. Hydrogen atom we can be calculated. So what are the different wavelengths emitted by an electron when it is made transition in that radiation, when electron made transition from higher energy to lower energy, correct? So now you can be having here it is a hydrogen spectral series. So in this, when an electron will be having the energy, it is a hydrogen. So now you can be having here it is a observation. So the different states which are having the different energies, that I am going to drawing here that energy levels for this is ground state, n is equal to 1, this is n is equal to 2, this is n is equal to 3, it is n is equal to 4, n is equal to 5, n is equal to 6, n is equal to 7, n is equal to 8, and so on, n is equal to infinity, where that energy will be 0 electron volts, right? So now for this one it is minus 13.6 electron volts. So minus 3.4 electron volts. Here I am not writing Z. Z value because 1. It is hydrogen, right? So minus 3.4 electron volts. And minus it is 1.85 electron volts. And next one it is a minus, it is point. This is 5185 electron volts. And here 0.544 electron volts. So like this we can be having the different energy states, and at the end we can be having the final one where the n value taken as infinity, there that energy will become 0. So now this is the observation we have. Now when it is the electron is making the transition from second to first, or maybe third to first, or maybe you can be observed this any transition is made, electron is getting into the ground state, that is n is equal to 1, then this is what it is called as the, where it can be called is Lyman series. It is Lyman series. And similarly when the electron made a transition into the second orbit from higher energy levels, higher energy states, so that is you can be observed here like this. So this transition of electron makes there the energy can be calculated or wavelength can be calculated, and this is the comes under here, it is another name, that is Balmer series. And the next one, if it is made the transition is like this, into the third orbit, n is equal to 3, there you can be observed it is a Paschen series. And next one, if it is make the transition into the n is equal to 4, it is a bracket series. And if it is making the transition into the fifth one, that is it is a Pfund series. So these are the different calculations we can be observed. So whenever you can be observed this just higher than this state where that electron may transition, that is represented as it is a alpha line. This is alpha line, beta line, gamma line. If it is one more is there, that is a delta line. So like that you can be having alpha, beta, gamma and delta. Like that you can be having the transitions based on from where to where it is making the transition. With respect to this first one, let it be the first to transition, second to first, that is alpha line. Third to first, that is beta line. Fourth to first, that is gamma line. Similarly, if you go for this one also, this is alpha line, beta line, gamma line. But any transition, the first transition from higher to the next, what is where we are that electron is getting into, that transition is called as a alpha. Next one beta, next one gamma, like that it is called. So this is called as it is a K shell. It is L. This is M, N. Like that you can be having the shells where that electrons can be filled. So this is called as a K alpha line. The first one where it is getting into the ground state. That is in Lyman series where that first transition N1 is 1, N2 is 2. There whatever the line we can call or the transition of electron is called as a K alpha. Next one is it is K beta. This one is K gamma. Similarly this one is for L shell. So this is L alpha. This one is L beta. This one is L gamma. Same way you can be having M alpha, M beta, M gamma. Like that you can be having the transition names. We can be observed that in questions they will be asked only these names, K alpha or K beta, K gamma. That means you have to remember the N1, N2 values. There you can be find out what is the value of wavelength which is emitted during the transition. So right. So here for Lyman series that electrons are getting into the n is equal to 1. For Balmer series that electrons are getting transition into the n is equal to 2. And Paschen it is getting into the n is equal to 3. This is n is equal to 4. This is n is equal to 5. So these wavelengths which are comes under this Lyman series, the minimum wavelength and maximum wavelength, which is comes under which one? Correct. So that is it is comes under UV region. This will be comes under it is visible. This all three are comes under IR, infrared radiation. This is you can be called it is a far IR. This is a middle IR. And this one is near IR. So these are radiations which are emitted during this observation, during these different series. These wavelengths, these comes under a wavelengths which is observed to be having in UV, ultraviolet region. And the wavelengths which are emitted during the transition into this n is equal to 2, that is into Balmer series, where that wavelengths are comes under, it will be visible spectrum or visible light. So like that you can be having Paschen and bracket and Pfund. These are comes under the infrared radiations. Right. So like this you can be observed to be determined. So for first one, let it be if you see this for Lyman series. So in this the electron made transition N1 is equal to 1, but N2 is equal to 2, 3, 4 and up to infinity. So when you take an N2 is infinity, that is called series limit. And when you take a N1 is equal to 1, N2 is first to transition, that is a 2, that is called as you can be observed is the first line. This is the first line, second line, third line, like that you can be observed for Balmer series or Lyman series or Balmer series. For any series, for respectively you can be observed that N1, N2 values to be remembered. Correct. So here what is the maximum wavelength, what is the minimum wavelength, that you can be observed to be calculated. For Lyman series you can be observed to be having here 1 by lambda, or when you take if N1 is equal to 1, N2 is equal to 2, then what is a lambda? So 1 by lambda is equal to, that is wave number is equal to, you can have here it is r z square. Z square is 1 square, 1 only. So you can write here 1 by n1 square, it is 1 square, minus 1 by 2 square, it is meter inverse, right? So now I can write this one, 1 by lambda is equal to, what you can get here, it is r into 1 minus 1 by 4, it will be 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 times of r. So this one you can be get, but we want a lambda, that is given by it is lambda is equal to, what you can get, 4 upon 3r, it is meters. So this is the equation you can be get, wavelength. And second case, if n1 is doesn't change for a given series, n1 will not be changed. n2 can be, if you take n1 is 1, n2 is equal to infinity. That is called series limit, which is called series limit. For the series limit of Lyman series, what is the wavelength it can be emitted? So that I can write here 1 by lambda is equal to r into 1 minus 0. So 1 by lambda is equal to, what you can get, it is r itself. From this you can get lambda is equal to 1 upon r. Right? So this is the meters you can be getting. So in this, if you see this one, it is 4 by 3r, you are only 1 by r. That means 4 by 3 is greater than 1. So that means this is a, you can be observed, it is wavelength is maximum you can get, this wavelength is minimum you can get. So minimum wavelength you can be get only when we have having, and this value, this is 1 by r is there. 1 by r value is constant, it is given by how much it is? 1.097 into 10 power 7. That is I given already, it is right. So it is given as that value already we can be having. So r value if you written here, it is 1.097 into 10 power how much it is? 7. When you make into numerator, minus 7 it will become, right? So if you calculated 1 upon 1.097, that will become up to, it will be near to 1, or it is 0.9 like that. So it can become, this one is 912 angstrom units. So which is this is what you can write, it is lambda minimum is equal to 912 angstrom units you can be get. By substituting r value here, you can get this value. Similarly, this value will be is lambda max. So maximum value you can be get, lambda max you can be get, just it is make the transition above that n value where it will be getting into the electron, right? So n1 is 1 is there, n2 is 2, there you can get this transition makes the wavelength is maximum. And where you can be having the series limit where the wavelength is minimum, you can be get n2 is taken as infinity, right? So this is a minimum value of wavelength is observed in the Lyman series, and this is a what you can be observed maximum value, it is comes as a 1212 angstrom units it will become. When you calculated this r value, substitute here, simplify, and you can get this one 1212. Okay, right, angstrom units. So that means from here to up to infinity, electron is getting into the this n is equal to 1, that is in Lyman series you can be observed, that is maximum wavelength is this much, minimum wavelength is this much. In between these two only you can get the wavelengths whenever you can get the transition of electron into the ground state from their higher energy states. Any state of transition of electron you can get in between 9122 to 1212 angstrom units itself. That is the range of the wavelengths you can be observed to be get for a transition observed to be the first series, which is Lyman series. And these wavelengths 912 and this 1212 can be observed, the wavelengths will be comes under UV region, ultraviolet region, right? So like that you can be, this is I calculated for the first one, that is for Lyman series. Same way if you observed, that is I'll just give you the definitions for the respective series. That is the second one if you observed, that is Balmer series. So for this Balmer series, the definition is given by n1 is equal to 2 and n2 is equal to, it is a 3, 4, 5 and so on up to infinity. Then this type of transition is made is known as the Balmer series, right? And in this the wavelengths lambda minimum is how much and lambda maximum is how much. Lambda minimum, first I will calculate lambda max. So lambda max is given by, again you can be calculate here r into 1 by 4 minus 1 by 9. So here you can be get, this one is lambda max is equal to, it is a r into, here it is 36 right? It is 5. This will become as here it is this is 1 upon lambda. So 1 by lambda is equal to it is 5 by 36 times of r. But whereas lambda max in the second case Balmer series is given by how much it is? 36 upon 5r. This is the maximum wavelength you can get for Balmer series. Similarly, minimum wavelength, that is 1 upon lambda minimum, where you can write it is r into 1 by 2 square, 4 minus 0. So this will become as here lambda minimum is equal to how much it is? 4 upon r. So this is what you can be observed to be having the calculation for maximum wavelength and minimum wavelength you can be get here. So this will be the maximum wavelength you can be get. This maximum wavelength is about it is 6568 angstrom minutes. If you have simplified this one, you can be get the value for the maximum wavelength during this Balmer series. You can be get it is 6568 angstrom minutes. And for this one, it is when you calculated in terms of the angstrom minutes, if you calculated lambda minimum will be it is 3636 angstrom minutes. It is not exact, maybe this last two digits or this one digit may be different, but this remaining will be 1000, this fourth digit and this two will be same. Maybe this variation. Here also these two may be varied, but these two will be same. So that is, this is the maximum wavelength, this is the minimum wavelength. So these wavelengths are observed in the electromagnetic spectrum. This will be comes under in which one? It is the visual spectrum we can make it. So Balmer series will be comes under visible spectrum. So like this you can be calculated for remaining three also, that is for Paschen series, bracket series and Fond series, right? So the same procedure you can be applied, we can determine that also. So in this way we can be calculate how much the wavelength can be emitted during that electron transition takes place from one energy state to another energy state. So there we can be get the that spectral series for hydrogen and hydrogen atom, that we can be studied like this, right? So that remaining part whatever we have we can see in the next class. Okay, sign off.